I pause here. I've never been able to wrap my mind around reincarnation. Well, technically, I have no problem with reincarnation. Scientifically speaking, I have no problem with reincarnation. It actually kind of makes sense because nature likes to recycle. Nature doesn't really waste shit. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So the idea of reincarnation, we're not destroying the consciousness. It just gets repurposed and recycled. In other words, so I have no problem with reincarnation. What I have a problem with is remembering past lives, and the reason for that is biologically we know exactly where memories are located in the brain. In fact, we can point directly at the spot in the brain where memories are located. So when the body dies, those biological memories are destroyed. They're gone. The spirit, I have no problem with the spirit continuing on and maybe inhabiting another body, but the spirit can't bring those biological memories with it. The spirit is some other kind of energy. The biological memories are, they're just biology. Like I said, we can point in the brain where the memory is stored. We know how the memory is created. There's actually some very interesting stuff about the memory. Did you know that when you tell people something that happened to you, say you're at a bar and somebody steps on their foot and you complain and they hit you in the mouth, okay? You tell 5 friends about it. Every time you tell a person, that memory becomes stronger in your brain. We can scientifically prove this. We've discovered this. So the memory becomes stronger every time you tell a person what happened in that bar. And if you change the story, like say you stepped on their foot and they said, they actually apologized. You said, fuck you, and then they hit you, but you leave that part out. You said you stepped on their foot and you tell them you apologized, and then they hit you. If you never tell the truth, in other words, if you tell 5 different people a lie, that lie gets reinforced in your brain, and sooner or later you remember that lie as the truth because you said it to more than one person. Every time you repeat a lie, it becomes a little bit more ingrained in your brain. Now, specifically talking about lies about memories. Now, there's other kinds of lies, that like are more nebulous that you don't start believing. Like, I didn't steal the money. That's more nebulous. But if you're telling a memory event and you lie about it, you're going to start reinforcing that memory in your brain and make it stronger and stronger and stronger. So it's harder for you to know the truth. So if you're then shown a video of this event later, and you see clearly in the video that you told them to fuck you and then they hit you in the mouth and you don't remember that part of the story, you're like, damn, why don't I remember that? That's so weird. It's because you lied to people, and every time you lie, that creates that memory. So, in other words, there's been a lot of scientific investigation into memory. We know memory is biological. So, you could then say, well, what about magic? Okay, well, maybe there's some magic involved. Like this, a spirit, can magically reproduce these memories or magically reach through the spirit, like they're talking about. You can reach through time to access those memories in the biological brain of the other human being. Like somebody's existing in 1812, you're existing in 2021. You're basically forming a psychic connection between you and this physical body back in the past. You're accessing that body's biological memories. So that's how you can remember this shit. Okay, maybe so. But if that's the case, how come when you get brain damage, when there's like a railroad spike into your fucking brain and you can't remember anything about who you are, which has happened in the past, how come that person doesn't use this magic to access their memories? Now, maybe you're saying, well, there's nothing to. Well, why can't this person go have a psychic link to a previous past version of his body before he got the brain damage and access those memories? Why are those memories gone forever? When he still possesses the same body, why can't he then psychically go in the past and access the biological memories? That's the thing I can't wrap my mind around when it comes to remembering past lives. If you can magically access memories that don't exist anymore, then why do people who get fucking physical damage to their brains and can't remember their shit anymore, why can they not access? No person who's ever had that physical damage has ever been able to remember this shit. If it's physically damaged, that physical part of the brain is fucking damaged, that memory is gone. Why can't this past life regression shit remember their own memories in their own body? Shouldn't that be easier than accessing a body that doesn't exist anymore? I'm just saying. So, because of that, looking at it from a scientific point of view, I don't see any scientific explanation for how we can access memories that don't exist anymore. Because it's biology. It's not spirit. Memories are not spiritual. They are biology. By the way, this is the same problem I have with body swapping. If you swap bodies, you're not going to carry your fucking memory. You're not carrying these physical memories over to the new body. So, in other words, if you and I were to do a Freaky Friday body swap, you would think you're me, and I would think I'm you, because we can't physically carry those memories over to the other body. We only have the memories of the body we now inhabit. We have a different personality, If you're prone to violence and I'm not, or more likely I'm prone to violence and you're not, if I go in your body and somebody's been bullying me, I'm probably in your body. I'm probably going to kick somebody's ass because I have a different personality. But I would have the same memories. I would have your memories. I wouldn't know I wasn't you. That's the problem with every body swap story. So anyway, I'm kind of getting into weeds here, but hey, that's what we do over here. That's why I don't subscribe to. There's no scientific basis for past life regression and accessing these memories. That's my shorthand take on it. I know this doesn't feel short, but that's the short version. I met with this old film executive. He did one of the Richard Pryor movies. What the hell was it? It wasn't Silver Streak. It was one of the Richard Pryor movies. He was like the executive producer of one of those from. It was between 78 and 82. One of those, like he did a run of these movies, right? I cannot fucking. He told me a bunch of stories about Richard Pryor because I was wearing a Richard Pryor shirt. I walk in, I'm wearing a Richard Pryor shirt, and he spent like 20 minutes just talking about Richard Pryor. Great start to a pitch meeting, by the way. And so then we get to the point where I'm pitching my scripts to him. And so I'm telling him, and he says, "What's the script about?" There's this girl, and somebody's put a bounty on her head, and every assassin in the world wants to kill her. And then, these two bounty hunters think that this isn't right, so they decide they're going to protect her. He says, "No, no, no, no. What is it about?" I said, "Well, it's about this one assassin is really trying to wipe out all the other type of assassins, so that's what this whole plot's about." He said, "No, no, no. What is the film about?" And I sat there for like a good minute trying to figure out what the hell he was getting at, and then it clicked to me. I said, "It's about found family." He sat back and he said, he's like, "Okay, okay, I get it. All right, now tell me your little plot details." I mean, your script has to be about something. Is it about loss? Is it about love? Is it about regret? Is it about guilt? Yet your script at the very basic level has to be about something, and then you can go from there. And that's why the films that stay with us, they're thematically tied together. There's like little things that happen, like maybe somebody loses a watch, and he spends half the movie looking for this watch. Meanwhile, he spends the whole movie grieving his lost wife. And somebody else, they lose a job. And somebody else like loses a pen, and they're like bothering people because they can't find the pen. Like you put these little things in there, and every single one of these little microcosms is about loss. But ultimately, it all speaks to the greater thing of loss. And your entire script is, will be about how different people deal with loss in different ways. That's what thematically ties it all together. Your plot's on top of that. Your plot's what most people are going to experience. A lot of people will never get beneath the surface. They'll never even realize it's about loss. But it will feel like it's a cohesive story to these people, even if they don't consciously realize it, because everything is about one thing. So if your story is about found family, in other words, like your family doesn't just have to be blood. It can be the people you meet in life, and you make them your family, right? If it's about that, then you're not going to have somebody lose a watch, you're not going to have somebody lose a pen and all this other stuff. These things can happen, but like you're not going to be pointing to different fucking themes, is my point. So what I'm trying to figure out here is, this is about Joaquin Phoenix. This is about PTSD. This is about whether we did or did not treat our veterans well after World War II. But what is it about, right? That's what I'm trying to seize my fingers on right now. I don't know yet, but I'm very curious to find out.